Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Oh my gosh, there's so many people already here. It's so good to see all of you. Hello, YouTube family. Hi. Hi, Evelyn, Kathy, Catherine, Anita, Cindy. Guys, Colleen is dealing with some personal things today, so she is not in the chat, I don't believe. But she definitely sends her love, and we're sending lots of love to her. So Nicole is in the chat. So y'all better watch out because Nicole carries her clipboard everywhere she goes. YouTube family, you're not safe from Nicole's clipboard. I'm just saying. I love it. I love it. Hi to everybody. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. It has been a week. It has been a week, but we made it. Survivors, raise your hand. Right? Have you ever just kind of taken stock in things like your survival rate up until this point has been 100%? I think you're doing pretty good, right? I think we're all handling it pretty well. I mean, some of us better than others, but right, we made it. We made it through another week. It's Friday. It's Feel Good Friday, which is my favorite day of the week. And I'm really looking forward to it. I apologize, everybody, for missing the live on Tuesday. Goodness, I had some other things that needed my attention, so I apologize. I missed you guys, but I'm so glad I get to be with you today. Guys, Sam's here. Everybody say hey to Sam. Sam's at Bead Fest with Danielle. I'm so jealous. I watched his live last night where he was in his hotel room, and Barbara is hello from Kansas City. I love you. I love the Chiefs. I love you by association. I love you anyway. It is Friday, Sam. Right? Quit growling underneath my chair. There is so many dogs. There are so many dogs. That grammar was horrible. Hey, cut it out. They're fighting over a toy. And they're being very vocal about it. Oh my goodness. I got Xena here. Can y'all see her? I don't think you can. Can you see her? Hold on. There she is. Nope. Still can't see her. Xena giving me kisses. Oh, Sam says he got drinks with Danielle and Kirsten last night. I'm so jealous. I'm coming to Whole Bead in Oakland, y'all. I don't know who else is going to be there. Sam's going to be there. Me and Q are going to be there. Kathy might be there. I don't know. It's going to be a good time. It's a smaller show, but we're going to make the best of it. We're going to have a good time. Have I decorated for Halloween yet? Oh my gosh, Angela, it's really funny that you said that. Okay, so everybody, it's still August, but that's a legitimate question because y'all know how much I love Halloween. I literally it's cold in here, so my nose is running. I apologize. I just put a plug in. You know those Bath and Body Works? Yeah, Bath and Body Works wallflower plugins, and you can put the little scent thing in the bottom of them, and but you plug them in, and they're normally a nightlight. So I just plugged one in right before this live in my kitchen, right next to my kitchen sink. It's a blue metallic pumpkin, and it has a crow sitting on the top of it. And I plugged it in, and I was like, you know what? I don't care if it's August or not. I'm plugging this bad boy in right now. So, I mean, kinda. Angela says she's thinking about decorating this weekend. So I'm not necessarily thinking about decorating this weekend, but I am thinking about going to the Big Lots that's in town because they have all of their Halloween stuff out, and they have these pillows that do not match my living room at all. And I'm thinking I could just redecorate the whole living room to match these pillows. They're Halloween pillows, okay? Halloween all day, every day. Colleen has got to deal with some personal stuff today, so she's not with us, but we've got Nicole posting back and forth. She's doing double duty today, and Kathy's here as well. Let's see. Diane said, reminds me of when we have work meetings and I just randomly pick up my dogs and hold them to see how long it takes people to notice, right? I normally have a dog attached to me in some shape or form. There's usually at least one touching my foot at all times during a live. There are 3 dogs here, and normally at least one of them is touching me. Oh, all right. So it is Feel Good Friday. We're ready to get started, you guys. I got to tell you about this Feel Good Friday show. So it's been a long week, of course. And so I wanted to keep the kits as simple as I possibly could. And it actually turned out to be a really good thing because all of the kits in today's show are perfect representations of easy instant gratification jewelry. Now, sometimes with our Feel Good Friday projects, sometimes you got a little extra. Maybe there are one or two projects that require a little extra from you. That's not true today. Today, every single kit is all about super, super easy instant gratification, like immediate gratification jewelry. So that's what we've got going on. I think I have 6 kits to show you. One of them is just an earring that goes with a bracelet. It was kind of just an afterthought, but I do have a maker mix for you guys as well. Super, super pretty. Cannot wait to show you. As always, I want to let everybody know that I could not put these shows together without Danielle Wicks and Sam Siegel. I could not do them without Danielle and Sam at all. So most of what you see today came from one of the two of them, if not a combination of both of them. So props to them as well. And just to let you guys know, they are both at Bead Fest. So there aren't any major things, any major lives going on with them today. However, I have a Michael's class tomorrow at 1 p.m. It is completely free. If you want to go over to Michael's and sign up, it is free. They send you a reminder. All you have to do is just show up. Right? We're making a really cool little pair of earrings. They're super easy, but it's going to be fun. More instant gratification jewelry for your weekend. So we're going to start out with our maker mix. For those of you who do not know about the maker mix is just a very small batch of beady goodness that I put together on a weekly basis. And you can buy those up and then create a piece of jewelry using the maker mix, post it, and then you get entered into a drawing. Nobody judges your design. You can use beads from your own stash to mix with it as well. Your name might get drawn and I might send you a bag of beady fun. You never know, right? It's worth a try. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's all the housekeeping. There's not a lot going on, which is not so bad. Oh my gosh. Hi from France. My heart. Hello from France. Wow. I love it. All right, let's get started. Okay. Let's start with our maker mix and then let's do these kits. All right. So our maker mix for today is our summer sunflower and it's so pretty. This is a beautiful little combination. Lots of check glass in here as always, because we all love check glass. There are some bicones in here as well. There are check glass rondelles. There is a connector that is a flower. There is a flower check glass bead in here as well. This is just a beautiful combination of a little bit of yellow. I didn't want to overdo it with the yellow, but it's pinks and reds. And it really is a beautiful little combination. So if you're interested in this one's called our Summer Sunflower Maker Mix. All right, going to set this to the side and we are going to get started with our project. So we're going to start out with our necklace project. And the reason I'm starting out with this is because I know this one's going to sell out. So I definitely want to show y'all how to put it together. I always on Fridays, when it comes to a big project, I do the abbreviated version. So you're getting the abbreviated version of this. This necklace is brought to you 100% by Sam and Sam's Bead Shop because all of these gorgeous check glass beads came from Sam. Look how beautiful these are. So you're getting a ton of these to put together. This is a really cool necklace. This is only half of the necklace I've already started because I wanted to save some time, but let's get started with that. Let's tell the dogs to stop fighting. That's enough. It's enough. All right. So in this kit, first of all, let me just lay this out for you and show you what this is. So this is a really cool, easy to do knotted necklace with a leaf focal. Now, remember, I told you we're going to be thinking about fall a lot more when it comes to our Feel Good Friday shows. So if you're looking to get a jump start on your fall jewelry designs, this is going to be kind of the leader of the pack. So we're doing just really easy knotted design with all of our check glass. That's going to come up here to a decorative ring. And then we're going to finish it off with some chain. I'm going to show you how to do that. I did the first side just to get it all started, just to save some time, but we're going to do the second side and then we'll attach the chain to it. Okay. And I'll show you where you're going to need to add glue, because you definitely want to add a little bit of hypo cement to this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to take your nylon cord. You've got 3 pieces of nylon cord in your kit. Okay. It's been pre-cut for you. All you need to do is fold it in half and do a lark's head knot through your leaf pendant. Okay. And you want to do that just right at the halfway mark. So you've got 3 strands for one side and 3 strands for the other side. Now I do recommend, Danielle's here, I do recommend putting a dab of hypo cement on the back of this lark's head knot. And if you don't do a lark's head knot, that's fine. Just a regular knot will do, but I definitely want to encourage you to add a little bit of glue to this. Okay. So basically what we're doing is bundles of 3. So for each strand, we're going to take some of our check glass beads. We're going to do 1 of these really cool kind of puffed beads. I'm not sure what you call that shape, but they're puffed up. They're like puffed lentils. All right. So we're going to drop 1 of those on 1 strand and then a check glass round on each of the other strands. So it will be 1 puff and then 1 check glass round on the other 2 strands. Then you're just going to bundle those together, right? You're going to take your cords and you're going to just tie an overhanded knot. And you can tie this as tight as you want. I mean, and what I mean, you definitely want your knot to be tight, but what I mean is your little bundle, you can scooch it down and tie your knot really close and make your bundles really tight, or you can do them nice and loose and open. You don't want to try to keep them like the same distance, your knots the same distance apart from one side to the other. But if they're off just a little bit, it won't make a huge difference. But basically that's all there is to this. We're just going to continue doing that, right? We're going to do 1 of the puff check glass beads and then a faceted rondelle, or no, it's not a faceted rondelle. It's a check glass round. It's a fire polish round on each strand, right? And then I just take the 3 strands and I kind of bundle them together and just tie an overhanded knot. So I just loop that over my fingers. Please disregard the bruise that I have on my finger. It is not pretty to look at. I apologize, but right. Okay. And so then there's a lot of movement here, right? And if you want to add more beads from your own stash, you absolutely can. And you can really fill these up if you want, but it does look beautiful with just the beads that are included in the kit. So just so everybody knows, each one of the kits, first and foremost, every kit that, or every piece of jewelry that you see today is available in kit form. You can just buy it in my Etsy shop. I have done all of the measuring, all of the cutting, all of that is done for you. All you got to do is purchase the kit. I'll package it up in a cute little lemon bubble mailer and I will send it to you. I ship on Mondays and Tuesdays most of the time. And then if I have orders during the rest of the week, I also tend to ship on Fridays. And if you order more, than one thing, if you have more than one order within a 24-hour time frame, I refund the shipping overage and I will combine for you. Now that only happens if it's within the same 24 hours. And if you if you have a Etsy profile, if you don't have an Etsy profile, you show up as a guest. And because of that, it is very difficult for me to combine your shipping because you don't have an order history. Does that make sense? So just so you know, and I don't think it takes but just a couple minutes to sign up for an Etsy. It's completely free. You just make a profile basically, and that becomes your shopping profile. All right. So again, each strand is getting a bead. Okay. Yeah, the Juana said lemon bubble mailer. I'm in. Yeah. So my bubble mailers they're like teal blue. I'll show you. This is what my bubble mailers look like. They're teal blue and they have lemons all over them. And so the post office knows me. They know me and they know my bubble mailers. I think they know me because of my bubble mailers. I'll put it that way. But I normally try to have like a bubble mailer that's a little bit different. They may not always be lemons. They've been lemons for months now. They may not always be lemons, but I try to make my bubble mailers something a little bit different so that my package stands out when you know you're getting it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, that lemon bubble mailer means that you've got kits from me in the mailbox. I know that's a silly thing, but it's the small things in life, right? All right, so we've done all of our little groups here. This is my last little bundle of beads. And tie my last little overhand knot here, and I'm going to show you how to finish this off. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bundles on each side of our necklace, right? Okay, and it's just simple knots. You don't have to do anything special here. Just an overhanded knot will be enough. Okay, all right, so you don't need to put glue on any of these knots, but the next 2 knots you probably do. So we're going to take one of our decorative rings. There are 2 decorative rings in your kit, and we want to tie a knot with this too. So we're going to tie an overhanded knot, and then we want to pull this knot down right next to the knot that we just made. And it might take a little finessing, but I think you can get it, right? Just tie a little overhanded knot and pull that down right next to the previous knot. Now, Diane says, yeah, but your husband also knows that you're getting more beads when he sees those bubble mailers. That's funny. All right, so when you tie this knot, now this is a great place to add some glue. Just because this nylon cord is a little slippery and this knot is a little bit different. I mean, it's still an overhanded knot, but it's tied onto a component. So I definitely think that you should add some hypo cement, some E6000 on a toothpick, whatever glue it is that you like to use. I would add it to this knot just for extra security. And you definitely want to pull this knot super, super tight. Okay. You don't want that to come undone. And then definitely add your glue. All right. So now we still have 3 strands here hanging. And for mine, I use mine as an opportunity for dangles. You don't have to. Okay. You've got 6 extra beads, 3 for one side and 3 for the other side. You don't have to use them for this. You can use them for earrings. You can use them for whatever you want to. You can add them to the necklace. It makes no difference. If you don't want to do the dangles, definitely add the glue, and then you can cut as close to your knot as possible, but don't do that unless you add glue. Like, that's 100% necessary. Okay. But if you do want to add the dangles because they're fun, we're going to take each one of our leftover beads and we're going to thread those on to each one of those strands. And then we're just going to try some knots. Try some. We're not going to try some. We're actually going to tie them. Oh, goodness. We're not trying them. We're really doing them. All right. So then you want to tie a knot to secure your bead, right? So for this knot, I actually do a surgeon's knot. So I'm going to take each strand, and to do a surgeon's knot is just a loop around. It's a regular overhanded knot, but you want to loop your end through twice. It just makes a little bit chunkier of a knot, and that will keep your bead from sliding over your knot, right? Well, this one was a lot further away than I wanted it to be. Yeah, let's do that again. I'm not going to bother untying that one. I'm just going to tie another one a little bit closer because that was a little too far away. And then I can just cut off. There we go. That's better. So now I'm just going to trim off this one, right? So we've got ourselves our first little dangle. I'm going to do that to the other 2 as well. So overhanded knot, and I'm just looping through twice just to make it chunkier. a little chunkier knot. Okay, there's that one. And I'm going to trim off the excess. Whoops. And we're going to do one more. Hi, Cheryl. We forgive you. We forgive you. All right, and then I'm going to trim off this one. All right, so here's what we've got, right? We have our two, I know it's hard to see because it's a little big, but we've got our focal here in the middle. Now you could add dangles to this. I wanted to so bad, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to let that creative part be up to you guys. If you want to add dangles to this in front of this leaf, if this were my necklace, that's what I would be doing. But we've got all of our bundles, right? Coming all the way up here to our 2 decorative rings. Now to finish this off, I'm just adding chain. You've got chain in your kit because chain is easy to work with. You've got a nice long piece. You can cut it however you want to. If you don't want to use chain, though, you can take the chain that's in your kit and save it for something else, right? And maybe add a piece of suede. I think suede or leather would be a gorgeous way to finish this off for sure. And if I had enough of it to include in the kits, I would. I need to reorder suede in a big way. But I think suede, cotton cord, leather, anything like that would be a beautiful addition to this. I do really think that the suede would be awesome though, just because that maybe a nice brown or tan color would look beautiful with the check glass. But the chain works too. And the chain will be more in the back, so you don't really see it anyway. You still get all of this beautiful stuff going on here, and the chain matches your leaf. So it all does like work together really, really well. I know this is a hard necklace for you to see flat, so I will show it to you on the bust when we get to the end of our live today. But that is our first kit. That's the only necklace that we've got in the show today. It is a really, really fun one, a great piece for fall for sure. All right, I'm going to sit this over here to the side. Okay, lower you down a little bit. Maybe our lights will brighten up again. Okay, all right, we're going to move on. So we're moving on to what I think is probably my favorite piece in the entire show today. It's a hard choice because they're all really good, but I love this bracelet and I love the simplicity of this. So we're going to put together a really, really super simple stringing project that includes a really beautiful tube bead and a vintage charm. Okay, so I got these awesome vintage charms from Danielle, and those are on oval jump rings. We're actually going to slide this onto our tube bead. That's going to be the middle of our bracelet. And then the rest of this are these little baby check glass beads that I got from Sam. Everybody gets 50 of these little check glass beads. So you're going to do 25 on either side of your bracelet with your tube bead in the middle. You're going to see this is so pretty once you get it put together. So I love this. This is a great bracelet that you can either wear like on its own or stacked up with others. If you like simple designs, this is a good one. So we're going to start out with our crimp, our wire guardian. We're going to take that wire back down through the wire guardian and through the crimp. Oops. Okay, and we want to be sure, just like always, that your wires are not crossing. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop for a second. I was looking over at my phone. My son was calling me. You want to make sure that your bead string and wire is not crisscrossing inside there, that they're running parallel inside your crimp. You're going to come in with your crimper tool, give it a squeeze in that back notch, and then you're going to turn it sideways in the front notch and give it a squeeze. That's going to make your crimp nice and compact. You're going to come in with your cutter tool and trim off the excess. All right, so now we are going to do 25 beads on each side, and it's hard to keep up with, but we're going to do our best. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a little pattern here of some variety, or you can just thread these on however you want to. Totally up to you. Okay. Okay, so there's five beads. So there's our first 5. All right, now my pattern is going to be the red, the blue, the purple, the green, and then the white. Okay, so there's 10. I love the baby checks too. And believe it or not, so I got these from Sam, these little baby checks. There's 15. There are even, I have even smaller ones that he sent me that are even smaller than these. Like they are like preemie baby, teeny beanie baby. So these aren't even the smallest ones that I have, but I love them. And they're that luster. So they have that, there's a metallic luster to them that makes them different. You know, they really just have this really great shimmer to them. So there's 20. We're going to do one more little set of the pattern here. I am counting to 50. I'm doing 25 on one side and 25 on the other side. So I do have to count to 50. It's okay. I'm doing it in little groups of 5, so I'm making it easy on myself. Hi, Jessica. Happy Friday. All right. So there's 25. So that's half. We're going to slide on our tube bead that has our charm on it. Okay. So that's going to be the middle. And no, it won't go over the beads. So you don't have to worry. Your charm will stay in the middle. Okay. All right. Now we're going to put on the rest of the beads here. I'm just doing the pattern backwards now. Oops. These little baby beads. Okay. There's 10. We're getting there. Uh-oh. Whoops. That was not the next bead in the pattern. I don't know what I'm doing here. Hold on. I don't want to mess my pattern up. That's funny. I may have already messed it up, but that's okay. All in all, I don't think it's going to matter that much. But the necklace is sold out already. Wow. That is awesome. I hope everything sells out, to be honest with you, because today's kits are amazing. And this bracelet, if this bracelet doesn't sell out, then it's a sign that I need to keep one for myself because they're so pretty. So, so pretty. And I'm really not even much of a gold or brass kind of person, but I'm seriously in love with this bracelet. It's a beauty. I feel like I did mess up the pattern. That's okay. I'm just going to thread on the rest of these beads and we're going to call it a day. All right, so there's my 25 for that side. Okay. And then I'm just going to crimp. And that's it. Like that's all there is to this one. It's super easy, but the results are so pretty. I think why I like this so much is because it is so minimalist. You know, it's not big, huge, chunky beads. And I do so much jewelry that is like that. I do so many statement pieces and so many beaded pieces with big beads that sometimes when you use these little baby beads, like the little baby crystals or these little baby check glass, it just goes to show you that even the smallest beads can make the biggest impact. And this is definitely a good representation of that. So there's the bracelet, right? That's it. You've got your vintage charm. Now the only thing that's left is just to add your hardware to the end. You've got some jump rings here and a clasp. If you need to add extension chain to this or more jump rings to adjust the length, you can. If you need to make it smaller, you definitely can just leave out some of the beads. You don't have to use them all. Just a really pretty, really, really pretty design that just goes to show that sometimes simple stringing is where it's at. That's so pretty, right? And that looks beautiful all by itself. Like, I feel like this also needs a necklace to go with it. I don't have enough of the materials to make matching necklaces, but I feel like this exact same design in necklace form would be absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, grab these kits. Those vintage charms, I don't think Vintage has these anymore. They may be, this may be one of the last times you will see those charms, at least here for sure. All right, so I'm going to sit this over to the side. Okay, there's our pretty, pretty, pretty bracelet. And it actually, look, y'all, if you don't mind to mix your metals, it matches the necklace. I'm just saying. And I'm all about mixing metals, so I would wear the two of these together. Okay, so next up is another bracelet that has a pair of matching earrings that goes with this. And this is with it. This is another super simple. Everything today is super simple. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, so we're doing very, very simple things. We have these beautiful filigree type connectors. Okay, and we're going to do beaded chain, right, of some teal check glass. I know you can't see that. I'm about to move it over here so that you can. Okay. We're going to pop a check glass bead in between each one of these, and we're going to do the other side. Part of that chain is already started, so we're going to do those. Then we've got a little section here on the back where we're going to add these little charms. So we've got a little fleur-de-lis. We've got a little heart, and then we've got two little bicones. So there are some dangles involved in this one because I love dangles, and that's just kind of the way I am. You guys know that about me. But we're gonna put this together really, really quickly. So each one of our check glass rondelles, these beautiful check glass rondelles came from Danielle. We are going to do simple loops on these, right? So we thread them onto one of the eye pins included in the kit, and then we're bending the wire right over the top of the bead. Since we're not doing wrapped loops, we don't have to have that extra room. We're going to come in with our cutter tool, and we're going to trim off, leaving ourselves about 1/4 of an inch of wire. I need a new cutter in a bad way. We're going to come in with our round nose pliers. We're grabbing that wire, and we're going to roll back to close up our loop. So now we have a loop on both sides. Okay, I'm going to do that to each one of the beads. You do that to all of the beads that you've got. And if you don't want to do simple loops, you prefer to do wrapped loops, go for it. There's no reason why you can't. Okay. All right. So I've got 2 more of these, but you're going to want to do that with all of them. I think total in your kit, you've got 12 of these check glass rondelles. Thank you, Wanda. Wanda says every one of today's kits are fabu. I love it when people feel that way. I think so too. I think they're all great kits this week. I mean, I think they're always great kits, but I'm kind of partial to them because I mean, I did do them. All right. So while we're doing the wire wrapping here, I'm going to go ahead. Each one of your little bicones, you're going to put those onto a head pin and do a wrapped loop. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on this guy so that now the next thing that we do is just putting everything together. So I'm grabbing the wire where it is exiting the bead. And because I'm doing wraps, I'm bending the wire over the top of the pliers. I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers and we're going to take that wire up and over the top barrel of the pliers. In order to get that loop, I have to move that bottom barrel. So I'm just going to switch up the pliers, just kind of rotating and then taking the wire over to the other side. That's going to close up our loop. And then we can do the wraps between our loop and the top of the bead. Now just be mindful because your little crystal rondelles, or I'm sorry, bicones are delicate. So when you come in with your cutter tool to trim, just be sure that you don't accidentally cut the top of your bicone. Just be careful with your tools around the tops of those beads. Okay, so there's our wire wrapped bicone. You're going to do that to 2 of those. Now, everything that's left here to do is just assembly. So we're going to start out in the middle. I'm actually going to come and open up one of the rings or one of the simple loops, and I'm going to thread it to one of our connectors, and then I'm just going to twist to close that back. So you don't want to pull those apart. You want to twist those to open them. I'm going to come to the other side here, and I'm going to twist to open that one. I'm going to thread it onto another connector, and then I'm just going to twist to close it back. Okay. I'm going to do another one. So twist to open, thread on the connector, and then twist to close. Coming over here to the other side to do the same. So twist, and then close. All right. So that's the center of your bracelet. Okay. Then each side has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these rondelles, and you just want to link all of those together, just like we were doing with the connectors. Then you want to open one of them up, slide that on. Okay, so half of your bracelet is done. To do the other side, again, we're just making a chain. So we open up just like we were with the connectors. I know I already said that, but close that back. And then you move up to the next one. Open. And then close. And you've got yourself your little beaded chain. Same thing. Open one end. Attach it to your connector. Okay. And you've got both sides of your bracelet. Now we're going to do the back of the bracelet. So for the back of the bracelet, we're going to take our twisted jump ring here. Okay. And I'm going to thread on my heart charm and my fleur-de-lis. Okay, and then I want to open up a jump ring here, and I want to put both of my bicones on. So my 2 little dangles with my bicones, and then I'm also going to thread that on to our twisted jump ring. And before I close that, I'm going to attach that to one end of the bracelet. And then I'm going to thread on, before I close that, my clasp. Close that back. Okay, so your charms hang back here where your clasp is. And then on the other side, all we're doing is just a simple jump ring to close. And there you go. You've got yourself a little bracelet with your little charms on it. It's a beautiful, simple little design. If you want to change it up and put your charms in other places, you absolutely can. You don't have to put it together the way that I put it together, but it does go together beautifully this way. Okay, so this is our other bracelet kit in today's show. Now, this does have a pair of matching earrings. That's a second set. it's a different kit. Okay, so I'm going to sit this over to the side, and I'm just going to show you really quickly. If you want to grab the matching earrings, these are the matching earrings. So you're going to do 2 little wraps. We'll do those together. Okay. So we've got our connector for the center. We're going to use an eye pin and a head pin. So I'm going to go ahead and take the eye pin. I'm going to open it up, thread that onto the connector. Sorry. And I'm going to thread on a bicone. This one's going to be the top. Okay, so I'm going to do a wrapped loop here. Grabbing that wire, bending the wire over the top of the pliers. Okay, we're going up and over. Rotate the pliers, take the wire over to the other side. We're going to wire wrap. Okay, I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim off. Okay, so there's the top. I do need to straighten that up just a little bit. Okay, so that's where our ear wire is going to go. I'll go ahead and add the ear wire. And then we're going to do 1 little bicone for the bottom. So the bicone on the bottom is going to go onto a head pin, and we're going to wire wrap it directly to the connector as well. Okay, so another wrapped loop. We're bending the wire over the top of the pliers. Coming in with our round nose pliers. Going up and over. Rotate the pliers, take the wire over to the other side. Now, before we do the wraps, though, let's go ahead and attach this directly to our connector. I'm just going to... Oh, bye, Sam. We'll miss you. I'm so glad you were here. Okay, so I'm going to grab that loop with my bent chain nose pliers and then a wire wrap. And then I'm going to come in with my cutter tool and trim off the excess. And that's it. These earrings are super, super simple, but a great little addition. They look beautiful on their own. Like, you don't have to have the bracelet to buy the earrings. But if you want the little set, it's 2 different kits, but they go together. They're absolutely beautiful. This will make a great gift. I'm just saying. And this blue color is like this teal blue. It works for everybody's skin tone. So, yeah. Wanda says, these 2 kits would make a wonderful gift from me to me. Exactly. Exactly. Cheryl says, was this month's Make or Mix winner announced? No, not yet, because our dear Colleen is on, has the day off today. She's dealing with some personal things, and she's in charge of that. So we'll announce our winner next week when Colleen is back with us. All right. So these 2 kits, I'm going to move these out of the way, sit these over here. We've got 2 more kits. They're both earrings. And then I'm going to let you guys go for the day. So let's start out with these. These are so stinking pretty. Check these out. Now, again, this is ultimate instant gratification, because all you're going to be doing here is just some wire wrapping. Look how pretty these are. So the component is antique brass. You've got some glass pearls. They're just beautiful earrings. Absolutely beautiful. I've already put together part of this one. We're going to do the rest of it together. Just some wire wrapping with our glass pearls. That's all we're going to be doing. So in the middle here at the bottom, I've already done 4 of them, but so we're down here to the bottom. This one up here has already been done as well. It's just wrapped loops. We're going to do what? 5 of those together. But down here for the bottom in the center, you're going to use the biggest pearl that you've got in your kit for that center. So we're going to drop that onto a head pin. Whoops. And we're going to start a wrapped loop. There are no jump rings. These are all wrapped directly to the component. Okay. So going up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. But again, just like we did with the previous earrings, we want to wrap this directly to the component. So we're going to take the tail end of that wire and we're going to stick it through the loop. And then we're just going to kind of gently wiggle those 2 until they snap together. I use my bent chain nose pliers to hold on to those loops, but you can use your regular pliers. Makes no difference. And then we wire wrap. Okay, then we're just going to come in with our cutter and we're going to trim off the excess, and we're just going to repeat that on every single one of the little loops on our component, adding all of those pearls. Lay this one out nice and flat. Got it a little messed up, so you can see what it looks like. Okay, all right, so now we're using the smaller pearls to go on either side. Right, Sandy says, OMG, I love these. They're so pretty. They just are. Like, no joke. They really are just beautiful earrings. All right, so we started another wrapped loop, going to the next open loop here. Okay, close that up with my bent chain nose pliers. I'm glad you guys are loving these kits this week. It's a great way for me to finish off my week because it's been a very trying week, and to make you guys happy, that's all I could ever ask for. All right, that's the best way to finish out a challenging week, is to have happy viewers. Happy viewers. Wanda said these earrings would fool people into thinking I'm classy. I feel that in my soul. I always kind of feel that way when I put on pearls. It's like I'm just a little extra when I have pearls on. Right? Okay. Brooke says, that's a lot of pressure to put on a little earring. I think they can take it. You guys have the best sense of humor ever. That's why I love you guys so much. That's one of the reasons that I love you guys so much. Y'all are funny. Ooh. So Ninny is saying, I'm imagining the pearls replaced with blingy AB stone. I love the bling. You could mix some bling in with this. Like, you could alternate if you wanted to. Like, you don't have to use all the pearls. You could pop in some like AB bicones with this if you wanted to, or you do all of it in AB bicones, honestly. But the kit is all pearls. I'm just saying, if you had extra beads that you wanted to add to this, you absolutely could, and get a little sparkle going on with your pearls or without. All right. I do love bling myself. All right. I do love pearls though. Pearls make me so happy. All right. We've got one more to go, and then we're going to add the ear wire. All right. So I've been over. Nicole says classy and bougie. If I can fool people into thinking I'm bougie, I'm doing things right. Because I am so not bougie, but I like to pretend. Oh gosh. Sam and I yesterday were talking about going to New York, because he has been spending some time in New York, and I told him the next time he goes, I want to go with him because I've not ever been to New York, and it's nice to travel somewhere with somebody who knows the surroundings, you know? And he was like, well, where do you want to go? And I said, well, I got to go to Macy's. And he was like, the big Macy's? And I was like, yeah, I got to go to the big Macy's. And he was like, okay, whoa, I don't know all the shopping, all the bougie shopping in New York. And I was like, no, I just want to go to the Macy's because I see it. Like, I do love Macy's, and I don't have a Macy's here. And like, it reminds me of I Love Lucy, because she was always shopping at Macy's, and like, I order things from Macy's, so I really want to go in the store. But I was like, hold on, Sam, I'm not that bougie. Like, Macy's is probably as bougie as I get. Like, the rest of it, no. That's the only shopping I care about. The rest of it, we can do little antique shops and stuff. I'm not that bougie. but I do have to go to Macy's. Okay, so I know that was a lame story, but I'm sharing it with you anyway, because I mean, what else are we going to do together? So now the only thing left to do here is add the ear wire. I'm bougie enough to go to the Macy's in New York, but that's as bougie as I get. I think that was kind of the point of my story. Oh gosh. All right, so here are our earrings. You guys, they're so pretty. I'm just saying. They're so pretty. I'm really pleased with this kit. I hope you guys love it as well. That antique brass and pearl combo is, I mean, that's class. That's class right there. But they have all of the things that check the boxes for me. They have all the dangles, all the movement, right? The only thing that might make these a little extra is just like that was said before, maybe a little sparkle, right? Some crystals or something. But honestly, these are a beautiful pair of earrings that you could wear with your blue jeans, or you could wear out, right? If you've got to get dressed up. Super pretty. And the antique brass is great because it's great for fall and for winter, but does work all year. Nobody's ever going to say you can't wear pearls. So I'm just saying. All right. So there you go. There you go. Okay. I'm going to do one more pair of earrings and then we're done. So the last pair of earrings is another really simple but super cute little fun pair of earrings. It is a moon and some dangles, some check glass in this like blue purple. So super easy to put together. I've already cut all the chain for you. Your kit is already pre-measured. All you got to do is just put it all together. So we've got our 2 pieces of chain here, and we're going to wire wrap our beads directly to those. So we're going to take our first little faceted drop here. It's got a little AB flash to it. And we're going to wire wrap that to the longest piece. So grabbing the wire, bending the wire over the top of the pliers. And with our round nose pliers, we're going up and over. Rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and we're going to wire wrap this directly to that chain. So take the tail end of that wire and stick it through the last link of your chain and just wiggle. And there you go. And then we're going to wire wrap. I love these little moons. So this design was 110% inspired by Colleen. Colleen has put together a pair of moon earrings that were very similar to this. And so I definitely cleared this with her before I turned these into kits because I loved her original design. All right. So the next one is your 2 check glass rounds. And we're going to wire wrap those directly to our other piece of chain. Okay, up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then again, going through that last link of the chain, slide those 2 together, hold on to that loop with your pliers. I know Colleen is an amazing designer, y'all. She really, truly gets color and texture, and I'm so inspired by her every day. And we make an amazing team, plus the fact that she's like one of my besties. So I could not function without her, Nicole, and Kathy. Like, those are my besties ever. And I feel so fortunate to be able to say that because, like, how did I get so lucky to have those 3? They listen to me complain and carry on about the most random things, and they still haven't left. That's friendship. That's love. All right. So the last thing to do is just to add these to the ear wire. So there's no jump rings involved here. We're going to open up our ear wire and we're going to slide on each piece of chain because it's nice and small. So they'll both fit, plus our moon. Right. Add our little moon to that. And then we're just going to close that back, and these are done. Super simple. Everything today in today's show is just instant gratification jewelry at its finest. for sure. Simple, beautiful, nothing that has to be super complicated or hard. And I've done all of the cutting for you, all the measuring for you. Like, yeah. Ooh, Kathy says Macy's in New York is the mothership. Biggest department store in the world, occupies a full block. I know. I gotta go there. But like, that's the only place, like, that's the only shopping that I can't, like, I'm like, I have to go to Macy's when I'm in New York. That's just, it will not be a complete trip without it. What is the color of the 2 check rounds? You know, Susan, that's a really good color, a really good question. I'm not sure. I've had them for a while, but they do appear to glow, which makes them super special. I don't know what you call them though. I have no idea. Yeah. And Tiffany's. So I'm not going to shop at Tiffany's, but I do have to like stand outside the window at Tiffany's and like pretend for just a second that I'm Audrey Hepburn, because you know. All right. I'm going to turn you guys around. We're going to go back through these and then I'm going to let you guys go. So I do want to mention something to you. If you are a Hardwired member, today is the day. Today is the day that the Chopped Challenge kits come out. They're not in the shop yet. They're going to be in the shop right before the Hardwired Live. So watch out for those. We're going to go through those later. I just want to remind you about that. And the reason that I'm reminding you about that is because if you're making a purchase now, you might make another purchase later. I'm just saying. All right, so I'm going to put our necklace on the bust so we can take a look at it first. Now it is a little bit longer than the bust, but that's all right. Well, I have a hard time holding on here. It's because the chain piece is so long, but I included long piece of chain so that you can make it whatever you want it to be. So there's our necklace that we started out with. It would help if I could hold it straight up and down. I don't know why I can't do that when I'm looking in the screen here, but there is our necklace with all those beautiful fall colors and our leaf pendant, right? And from what I heard, the necklace sold out, so that may be gone. Okay, our next kit was our really beautiful, just our little delicate bracelet, right? With our vintage charm and our tube bead in the center with those little baby check glass. Super pretty, very delicate. Love, love. Our next kit was our check glass Rondelle bracelet with the charms here. We've got our fleur-de-lis, our heart, our little bicones, and then in the center are our little filigree pieces and those gorgeous teal blue rondelles. So pretty. So, so pretty. And then, of course, you've got the little matching earrings that go with those. Just simple, delicate, a beautiful little set that would make a great gift to yourself, Wanda. Right? Our moon earrings. I love these. I love these. They will forever remind me of Colleen. So, so pretty. So we've got our little moons, and you can always shorten up the chain if you need to, right? And then last but not least are these showstoppers. So pretty. I'm gonna, like, for real put one on. Look how pretty. Oh, Mary says she may not be able to make it to the Hardwire Live. That's okay. You can watch the replay. We will miss you, though. We love you, Mary. Check those out. Those are awesome. I do say so myself. Those are awesome. So there you go. You guys, what a fun show today. I hope that you guys have loved all of the kits today. This was just a great way to finish off my week. Like I said, it's been a long week. It's been a challenging week. I am so sorry that I missed you guys on Tuesday, but I hope that I made up for it today. Hardwires, I will be seeing you at 5 p.m. today, and we're going to be talking about the Chopped Challenge. Looking forward to that, right? Everybody else, don't forget, tomorrow I have a Michael's class at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That is 100% free. It's an easy earrings class. All you got to do is go over to the Michael's website to sign up. You'll get a notification. You just come on over to the the class, and we'll put together a quick little pair of earrings. It should probably only take us maybe 35, maybe 40 minutes for the project. It's not a long one. And then you can get on with the rest of your Saturday. I don't see you for Hardwired, or I don't see you for the Michaels class tomorrow. I hope that you have an amazing weekend. You deserve it. I deserve it. We all deserve a little break. I definitely need one of those, and I hope that you get one as well. Have an amazing rest of your Friday, you guys, and I will see you guys next week. You guys, next week, we're getting together with Sam on Tuesday to play with the, that's right, isn't it? Nicole? Yes. Next week, we're getting together live. I had to check the calendar with Sam, and we are putting together jewelry using his bead box. So it'll be a fun one. I'll see you guys on Tuesday, okay? I love you. Bye.